we've come up with a 3-step solution. It's what we call legitimize, which is to sift it, okay? And I'm going to just go over an overview of what we're going to be covering, and then we're going to go really in depth on each of these 3 steps. So the first step is to sift it. Then we want to personalize it. We want to sort it, okay? Then the third step is that we want to capitalize on it. We need to be able to leverage it. So let's talk about these a little bit more in depth, and then we're going to really drill down together. So the first one is legitimize. In other words, sift it out. This process is going to be really important because it's going to get rid of all the bullshit out there that instantly removes 90% of your confusion and clutter and overwhelm. Then we're going to personalize it. In other words, sort it. Okay? Now this is what develops the best plan for you personally based on what you want and what your situation is. Take that again. Okay. Then we're going to sort it. We're going to personalize it. In other words, it develops the best plan for you personally based on what you want and what your situation is. Now let's talk about this here for a second, a little bit more in depth. Because this is really important. And here's the thing. After you've gotten rid of 90% of all the bullshit out there, there's still 10% of the stuff that's left. And the 10% is still a lot, especially in the internet world. I mean, that could be millions of concepts and ideas that are truly legitimate. So we've legitimized it. Now we're down to 10%. So, but that can still be very overwhelming, still lead to lots of confusion, lots of complexity, lots of clutter in your mind and to what to do, what to listen to. How do you get rid of that stuff, even though it could be perfectly legitimate stuff, perfectly good stuff? Well, you got to think about what's in it for me. What do I want? Because let's face it, you know what? It could be the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it may not be the greatest thing for you. What's great for me, like I said earlier, may not be great for you. You got to decide that. Here's the example. I've got this tool right here, right? It's a hammer, okay? It's a great hammer. If I need a hammer, nothing else will do, right? It's a tool. Now, can I say that this tool is bad? No, it's a great hammer. If I personally need it. But if I need to paint a house, will this work as a paintbrush? No, of course not, right? So that's what's going on out there. I need this tool if I decide that I want to paint my house, not that I need some carpentry, right? So I've got to decide which tool is right for me and what tool is right for the job, okay? So that's what I mean. That's what I mean by personalizing it, okay? So you've got to decide. You've got to make that decision about what's right for you, and then we sort that. We sort it. And that's why I've got the picture up here on the website of it sorting it because, again, what's right for you may or may not be right for me. And then the third point is that we've got to capitalize it. We've got to be able to leverage it, okay? So the leverage it phase, it gets you the results that you want because, you know what? Even the best personalized game plan still won't work for you unless you leverage it properly. I mean, come on. We know this. And this is where people are running into a lot of problems out there, is that the next greatest thing since sliced bread, all these great launches that are going on, and some of them are phenomenal products, but you know what? It just serves to overwhelm us because it gets us tricked into believing that gravity doesn't apply here too, and it does. See, I mean, once you figure out what's bullshit and what's real, and then once you find the sorted process, what's real for you, then you still have to leverage it because it's not going to make you money. It's not the magic pill that you put under your pillow, even though they want you to believe that. Oh, just buy this. This is the greatest thing. This is why you failed up to now. This is why you failed, is that you didn't have this magic pill. So swallow this magic pill and poof, it's all better. Well, we all know that's bullshit. We all know that you've got to put some energy and effort in. You've got to actually leverage it. And this is what separates the men from the boys, the girls from the women. And this is what's going to actually have you have success or not. And this is what links up with that final success barrier, the success killer that we talked about, the third one, which is, you know, a distraction-free environment that's going to be able to have you be able to focus in on it so that you can actually apply that game plan and leverage it and capitalize on it and actually see that come to fruition for you. Give that program that you're focused in on a chance to actually work for you. Make sense? All right, let's get to it.